In this lesson, we're going to go over the angle bisector theorem. So the angle bisector theorem states that with an angle bisector, it will divide a side of the triangle proportionally to the other side. So what that's saying is that if AD is our bisector, then we know that these two angles are congruent. What it also says is that this line has now split this side in such a way that we can form a proportion. So this side and this side are both in my top triangle. The ratio of my side that is split to the original side of that triangle will be the same as the lower triangle, right? So we have two different triangles. So basically the angle bisector creates the two triangles such that the ratio of sides 1 and 2 of this triangle is the same as the ratio of sides 1 and 2 in this triangle. So if we look down here, PS is our bisector. So what that tells us is that we now have two triangles. We have a green triangle, and let's make it a purple triangle. So we have two different triangles. So because of that, I know that X and A, their ratio, will now be the same as Y over B, right? So you put the split side over the original, just like how we were doing new over original for scale factor, somewhat similar. So you're putting the sides that are split over the original sides of those triangles. So let's look at the next one, which has actual numbers. We're going to solve for X. So again, let's look at the two triangles. So we have purple and orange, right? So we have our split is 8 over X. Our split is 5 over 6. Cross multiply and solve. So we have 5X is equal to 48. Divide both sides by 5. So 48 divided by 5 is 9.6. Now, number 2 is asking, is AD an angle bisector, right? So we're wondering if these two are congruent. So in order to look at that, we have to look at the sides that are split. So we have purple and pink, right? So if we're doing split over original, 3 over 4 must be equal to 6 over 8. We cross multiply and we get 24 is equal to 24. This is a true statement, so yes, this is an angle bisector because it satisfies the theorem. Number 3, the sides of a triangle are 8, 12, and 15. An angle bisector meets the side of length 12. Meets the side of length 12. Find the length of X and Y. Okay, there's a typo here. It meets the side of length 15, right? Because what we're looking at this angle bisector. It is splitting the side of 15, not the side of 12. So we need to find the length of X and Y. So we're going to always be doing split over original, right? But if I set this up, right, X over 8 is equal to Y over 12. We're going to have a problem because there are now two different variables, and I can't use two different variables. So you have to think, how can I rewrite one of these variables in terms of the other? Well, I know that x plus y must equal 15. So I can actually write y as 15 minus x if I subtract x from both sides. So instead of x over 8 is equal to y over 12, I'll do x over 8 is equal to 15x over 12. And now I will cross multiply and solve. So in this case, we will have 8 times 15 minus x is equal to 12x. So 8 times 15 is 120 minus 8x is equal to 12x. Move the variable over. So now we have 120 equals 20x. Divide by 20. We get x is equal to 6. So if x is equal to 6, then y is equal to 15 minus 6, which is 9. Number 4 is the same type of problem, but it doesn't give you a diagram, so you might want to draw one. So we have 6, 10, and 12. An angle bisector meets the side of length 10, dividing it into two parts, x and y. Draw a picture and find the length of x and y. So the angle bisector is striking the line, the side that has a side of 10, to create x and y. So it's the same sort of issue we had before. We can't use two variables. So instead of y, I'm going to say that y is equal to 10 minus x. And now I'm going to set up my proportion. So x over 6 is equal to 10 minus x over 12. Cross multiply. Now we're going to solve for x. So 60 divided by 18 is going to give me x is equal to 3.3 repeating, or 3 1/3. So if I do y is equal to 10 minus 3 1/3, I get 6 2/3 for y. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We have a triangle with 4, 6, and 7.5. An angle bisector meets the side of length 7.5, dividing it into x and y. So again, we're looking for those two separate relationships, and I will want to rewrite y in terms of x to make my proportion. So x over 4 is equal to 7.5 minus x over 6. Cross multiply. So 7.5 times 4 is 30 minus 4x equals 6x. Add 4x to both sides. So we're going to get that x is equal to 3. So if x is equal to 3, then y will be equal to 4.5. So for your homework tonight, we're going to do something very similar. So we're looking for this missing value. Now we need to know both these pieces. So if this is 15, in order to find your other missing piece, you're just going to subtract and get 21. So again, we're going to do split over original, cross multiply to solve. So 30 times 21 is 630 equals 15x. divide by 15. And we get x is equal to 42. So we have another question that has x and y. So again, we want to rewrite y in terms of x. So y is equal to 12 minus x, again, because x plus y is equal to 12. So we want to find the lengths of x and y. So again, split over original. Now we cross multiply. 8 times 12 is 96, minus 8x. Add 8x to both sides. So 96 equals 23x. So x is equal to 4.1739, ... So if I want to, let's say that we're going to round this to 4.2. So then y is equal to 12 minus 4.2, which gives me 7.8.